A great piece from Inside Pro Surfing. You can find all those great episodes on worldsurfleague.com that highlighted the moment that Griff and Crosby had the heat at Winky Pop. And yeah, the waves weren't that great. It went really flat. We all hyped it up so much, so we're loving that they're getting a chance on a day where it's been absolutely pumping. Griff, Crosby join L.Fioravanti as we already go into the flow state with Griff. Looking clean, looking comfortable. You know, there's some extra fire in this with his younger brother in the water with him. And then with Leo, one of the toughest guys to compete with on tour. As we've got the replay now up here of Griffin's opener.
Oh, a little airdrop to start things off. Griff comes around this section. Nice drifting snap. Beautiful swoop here, and then just doesn't quite time this end section.
As we now lock in with L.Fioravanti, really deep on this one. Now out in front, he'll commit for that nice clean fade. So let's see what happened here. Leo's 2-point ride.
Yeah, way behind, but he does well to get out in front of it, finds some open face here. Little check carve, and then right at this moment here.
Off pace from the start, and now Crosby will get a chance to dig in. Tallest guy in the heat, uses that big frame for a lot of range on that first carve, and blitzes the fins out the back, but can't control.
This wave, second wave of the set again. Beautiful smooth face here. Big power wrap right back into the source, and then Cros connects with the lip, blows the tail.
Ian's got a long way to go to see if he can make the cut. He's thinking at least final in his mind. As we get caught up with this one, looking at that last wave from Griffin C.Colapinto.
A couple of beautiful connections for the opening part of this ride. Beautiful drifting snap, the first one. So that was the best wave of the heat so far. And then Leo, just a layback hack to start things off. Comes around this section and another layback. Full direction change. Gets the final little finishing hit.
Crosby's opener with the fall, a 4.27. Think how big that would have been if he controlled the combo. Here he goes again. The Cros throwing some water. Nice silky wrap. Driving out in front of the open face. Keeps that carve nice and tight. Nice flow state activated.
Just how smooth the transition was. But first, let's check out. Cros comes around this bumpy little section. Nice carving cutback. Sets himself back into the power source. And again. So repeats that first turn.
Oversurf those sections. Wide open wall for Griff. Nice control for a big finishing move that he lets go of. Had a nice carve to set up a giant end section.
And then a smoother, taller wall here for Griffin. And just so connected. Beautiful clean rail on the first turn. And you could see there was no pump, no anything. The transition between those first turns.
He's waiting on a last score. You break ties in the top two scoring system on the high single score of the heat, which is Leo's 8-point ride, up and out.
Let's have a look what happened. So medium-sized peak. Griffin takes off, connects with that first section, drives around hard off the bottom and throws everything at it.
A lot of world-class waves like this one. Snap to start for Crosby. Wraps it in the pocket. He's trying to really work on a big finish.
So Cros just connects with the lip on that first turn. Now he gets a nice wrap. Comes through to the final section.
Early in the season, I was going, yep, final five for sure. He looked so determined, and he had a big, busy year at the Olympic Games. And here he's up again, trying to eliminate that two. Quick check snap there. Flowing down the line, attack mode on the sharp eye, looking good there. Nice controlled surfing to better his lead out front. A real sharp competitor, always has a real thoughtful game plan with Richard Dog Marsh, but he's bounced.
We'll keep you updated there. Looks like we've got a bit of action here. It's Griff.
Nice calm roll in from Colapinto, the 26-year-old version of the brothers. The big bro trying to whip that section. Nice controlled surfing. Staying on his feet, riding away. Griff's last wave.
Yeah, nice peaky looking wave to start off, and Griff gets a beautiful carve to start off with. Connects with the lip, an aggressive snap. Here goes Leo.
Leo now, smaller wave. Connects with a little roundhouse. Got a better section to crush the lip quickly, but a tiny wave there compared to what he's had previous. Cros with priority, and we are going to get a rare split. Cros is on the right. Griff, nothing happening on the left. The wave we're waiting for is this one, chasing a 6.7.
Cros just a little late tap down the line, and is it?
Griff and Colapinto will be in the round of 30 with L.Fioravanti. So the low seed, member Crosby missing the first two events, will now be under big pressure to perform in that elimination round. And Fioravanti, the top seed, still looking really comfortable wearing that high-seeded jersey.